Hey folks, thanks for joining me. I'm Donnie, the Fuzzy-Faced Fisherman. These are 3 baits you're going to find tied to my lines looking for largemouth in the month of August. All right, so as usual, let's discuss what the fish are doing in the month of August. They've spread out, right? The water temperatures have come up, the fish activities come up, but you're not going to find them schooled up like you have in the past. This month, you're going to find them at deep water, you're going to find them in shallow water, you're going to find them in everything in between. They're spread out, they're feeding. And there's actually quite a bit of activity in the month of August, but what you're going to find is the time of day is really dependent on when you're going to catch more fish. I like to fish the mornings. I like to fish the evenings. I'm not a middle of the day fisherman. I don't like to fish in triple-digit temperatures. I call myself a fair weather fisherman. That being said, the baits for this month are going to reflect that. The middle of the day is generally when you're going to find a lot of your recreational boaters anyhow. You're going to find your skiers and all the people out playing on the water really getting in the way. And I don't like people getting in my way. So I'm going to relegate my fishing to the mornings, the early mornings, the evenings, trying to get it dusk and dawn, that time frame, really get those bass when they're most active in the summer months. That being said, the first bait we're going to discuss here, I'm going to tie to my lines here, it's called the Z-Man Hellraiser. This is what I got in the mystery tackle box in the month of July, and I never got a chance to use it. It's a really unique bait. I love how the tie is not on the nose, it's down here on the front. The bladed tail on the back is supposed to help it self-walk. A slow retrieve, fast retrieve, it really self-walks itself, supposedly. Again, I haven't got a chance to use it yet. But this is going to be one of the first things I reach for fishing in my shallower waters, looking for that top water bite, maybe around some vegetation if I can find it. The summer's really zapped a lot of the vegetation in my waters anyhow, and it's caused it to die off. We haven't gotten a whole lot of rain. That being said, without that whole lot of rain, the waters have really kind of calmed down. There's not really a lot of current pushing into these bodies of water. And so as these fish have moved to the cover, what little cover is left, they're really starting to take up residence and trying to stake their claim. That being said, I'm also liable to find, you're going to see me drag across some sort of spinnerbait, right? And this is going to be what I drag past that cover. I'm really shooting for that reaction bite, seeing if they're going to be territorial at all, defending their grass feeding beds. This is what I'm dragging through. I've got the light color, I've got the dark color, but notice I've got these Colorado blades on it, right? The Colorado blade is going to be what I use when I drag through or past some of that cover. What I'm looking for is a little bit slower of a retrieve, really trying to get that fish, that reaction strike, because that fish probably is not going to be able to see too well, either A, because he's in cover, or B, because the water's getting kind of murky around here. Again, without the currents flowing into it, the water's really kind of getting kind of murky, especially in the shallower spots. But this allows them to feel along their lateral lines with these Colorado blades really thumping through that water, allows them to feel that their forage as it moves through. Now, as far as trailers go, I'm looking to find a trailer that's going to match my skirt. Again, I got the lighter color, I got the darker color. Whichever one I'm going with, I'm probably going to go with something that's got a double bladed crawl. Maybe not going to shoot for some sort of worm. I'm going to give something that's got a lot of action on it behind it. Now, that kind of covers my shallow to medium depth water. If I'm looking for deep, it's hard to beat a deep diver, right? And so that's what I'm going to shoot for. I'm not looking for anything big. I'm just looking for something that's going to get down to those depths. Right, I don't want anything too big because I don't want those fish thinking that they have to work too hard to get their meal. They're not going to be fishing. They're not going to be hunting and fishing themselves. They're not want to exert a whole lot of energy. So I'm going to try to give them a little bit easier of a snack, a bite-sized meal to get to when they're fishing themselves down at those deeper depths. I'm going to see if I can maybe drag this across the bottom, get a good hit, bounce it, get a good wobble action out of it, and get a reaction strike maybe from those fish that are at those deeper depths during the heat of the day if that's what I'm fishing. Guys, those are the 3 baits that I'm going to tie to my lines in the month of August. Now, if you're familiar with the channel, you know that we are, this is the year of the jig here in Red Dirt Country, and what would be a fishing bait video without the jig? So this month, the jig I'm using, right, is going to be one of these hair jigs. Now, this guy here is going to be what I use in some deeper waters, right? If I'm not using my deep diver, there's a good chance that I'm going to drop this sucker down. And I'm going to drop it down, let it hit all the way to the bottom, and I'm going to rip that sucker up, reel up my slack a little bit, let it fall down again. I'm going to rip it up, and I'm going to let the slack, reel in the slack, let it fall down again. This is a 1 ounce hair jig. I'm not going to put a trailer on it. You can put a trailer on it if you like, but this is what I'm going to use, and I'm ripping that sucker through the water. I'm trying to get those reaction strikes to those deeper depths. This heavier weight jig allows me to get down there pretty quick. If you're going to get a bite, you're probably going to get it on the fall. Expect it when you go to pull up next time. If it feels spongy, you've got a fish, set to hook. this is going to be my bonus bait for the month of August, a hair jig. Folks, let me know what you're fishing with this month. I'd be curious to figure out where you're from and what it is you're fishing with. Leave a comment, like the video if you did. Once again, folks, I'm Donnie the Fuzzy Face Fisherman. Thanks for joining me here at Red Dirt Country. Till next time, tight lines to you.